Lithgow Arms are continuing to expand on their line of rifles built on the LA102 action, with the latest offering giving a nod to some of our earliest and most important military history. The Waler is aptly named after the breed of horse that was developed here in Australia that our soldiers rode in World War I. You'll see a picture here from the Australian War Memorial Collection of the 2nd Australian Light Horse Brigade entering Zernuka on their Walers, and another of Sergeant Francis Douglas Burrell of the 1st Light Horse with his Waler. While most of us aren't hunting on horseback these days, this rifle is designed to be at home with modern cavalry, such as quad bikes, side-by-side buggies and utes. The name Waler conjures up ideas about a product designed to be used in hard, harsh environments. While that is the case, it's no more or less rugged and reliable than other Lithgow LA102 models. It features the same action, bolt, safety, trigger, synthetic stock, and hammer forged barrel and overall build quality of other Lithgow models. For further details about these features, be sure to jump to the website and read the written article, as this video will be mainly focusing on what sets this rifle apart from the rest of the Lithgow line. The high quality Cerakote finish is in a new bronze colour. Other differences are in the barrel being fluted and shortened to 41 centimetres or 16.5 inches, with threads on the end and a muzzle brake fitted. The fluting also saves some weight, but at 3.7 kilos, this is not an ultralight rifle. The barrel is a medium contour and tapers from 22mm at the receiver to 19mm just before the threads. If we're ever able to access suppressors more widely, this rifle would be a great fit. You also get a 10-round Grizzly magazine as standard, so there is no shortage of firepower on offer. The rifle I got to test is chambered in 308, but they're offering it in 223 as well. For this sort of rifle, these cartridges make sense as they have a wide variety of bulk factory ammunition available. The magazine is made from 2 aluminium halves bolted together with a spring follower inside. When it's close to empty and you're throwing the rifle around, you can sometimes hear the spring in there moving a bit, but it's not something that bothered me and not something the critters noticed after the first 9 rounds had been sent in their direction. I shot and cycled this rifle quickly in most of my field testing and the magazine performed flawlessly. The rifle came to me with the trigger set to 1.3 kilos or 2.9 pounds and had a little bit of creep to it. For a rifle of this style, this was a weight I found practical in the field, so I left it where it was. It broke consistently on my Lyman trigger gauge, never deviating more than about 50 grams on either side of the average pull. I liked how it felt, and a small amount of creep helped give a really good feel when building tension and letting shots go quickly, but you can adjust the trigger to take that creep out altogether if you wish. Shooting offhand with this stock was comfortable, but the section under the butt for a rear bag was useful when accuracy testing as well. Now, I can't imagine much bench rest being shot with this rifle, but a shooter may find themselves laying prone and shooting from a bipod. In any case, the stock being designed to perform well in both areas is a bonus, and while the rifle is only available in right-handed models, the stock is ambidextrous. My first tests in the field were with a Zerotech Thrive HD 1-28mm reflex sight. I was able to quickly get a 75 0 when shooting from a standing position off a tripod, and over a couple of afternoons, I accounted for 18 goats and 2 pigs. Most shooting involved quick reloads and follow-up shots on the run, and the balance of the rifle worked beautifully. It's a bit less than a metre long as well, so it's great when moving through tight country. This was also really helpful when the rifle was riding in a side-by-side buggy and occasionally being swung around to shoot out the front window. After having a good time with the reflex sight, I mounted one of the new Zerotech Vengeance HD 1-10x28mm LPVO scopes and went bush again. We'll do a separate review on this scope later, but it performed well on this rifle. The weight near the back helped maintain a good balance, and the generous magnification range saw it versatile in both thick and open terrain. For accuracy testing, a Zerotech Thrive HD 3-18x56mm helped me determine whether the Waler is a one-trick pony or something more versatile. Accurate and consistent are 2 words that encapsulate how this rifle performed on paper. Taking 4 varieties of ammunition and at least 3 3-shot groups from each one into account, this rifle averaged 0.9 MOA. Seiko 130 grain hollow point ammo was the standout, averaging 0.6 MOA. Make sure you head to the website for the table showing all the details about accuracy and velocity. Now, with the 308 being an efficient cartridge, the loss in velocity from this short barrel isn't so much that might cause a problem inside moderate hunting distances. To make this point, I quickly crunched some numbers using data I've collected through doing these tests. The 150 grain bullet doing just over 2,700 feet per second from this barrel, and a similarly weighted bullet from a 6.5 Creedmoor doing 2,600 feet per second from a 22-inch barrel, sees the 6.5 bullet being just 7 centimetres higher than the 308 bullet at 300 metres. Of course, we know that gap between the two cartridges really starts to open up past the 300 and 400 metre mark, but I wanted to make the point that you could have this rifle with an LPVO on it and be whacking pigs from a bike at 1 power inside about 50 metres on one day, and then shoot a fallow deer using 10 power at 300 metres on the next day. It's also worth pointing out that I was wearing quality hearing protection for all my shooting. There is no getting around the fact that a braked 16.5-inch barrel is obnoxious. However, with good earmuffs, I would go as far as saying this rifle was comfortable to shoot in the field and easily manageable off the bench. With the Waler, Lithgow Arms has delivered a rifle that echoes the qualities of its namesake: tough, dependable, and built to work. It combines durability with finesse, handling rough country, rough vehicles, and rough treatment without complaint, yet still offering the accuracy to see you place every shot intentionally. Kept within its design envelope and paired with sensible hearing protection, the Waler proves itself an unapologetically purpose-driven workhorse that delivers confident hits and leaves you smiling well after you've gotten back to camp and left enough ferals in the paddock to keep all the crows happy.